So guys, there we are. Uh, First stream after, I don't know what, 2 months or something. Tell me how's the sound. So can you hear me good? Is music too loud or is music too low? Um, let's go. Nice, nice, yeah. Okay, that's nice. Because I have updated OBS Studio, so you never know. You really never know how does it work when you update this stuff. Um, okay, so what are we gonna talk about? So I think we're gonna talk about mainly people attacking us, attacking the IFO, attacking Tommy Carrodos, attacking me, and other students of him. Basically, since I'm in the organization, well, since 2007. And I'm gonna tell you a few stories that happened during this time, and also this stuff really continues to repeat. It's just always the same, but it's just different people coming, and you just kind of have a feeling it's the same story that has been repeated and told to from guys to other guys, and they just repeat it, and then you debunk it, and then other guy comes and tells the same story, and you debunk it as well because you already did that, and then after like 10 times you just say, oh, go to hell. I mean, I have clarified this already 100 times. Why should I talk to any random guy? And it's really possible that that's when you think about the comment section on YouTube, that's actually most of the time the same guys. They just create new accounts after they're getting blocked, and they come back with same stuff, which is really funny. So who is here? Axel Stone, hi. Pierre is here as well. Kung Fu Pierre. Dennis, hi Dennis. I'm feeling fine. I'm still a little bit sore, but it's okay. I can talk normally, right? So I have to drink from now and then, uh, not to dry out. And well, there's there have been interesting stuff on the channel from this Michael from Poland in his community tab. So we're gonna look at that as well. And how do I relate to this, right? And then I'm gonna start to tell you a few stories from from 0 years and early 10 years, 2010 years, and how this all basically repeats. It's just the same story. It just repeats all the time. Because I actually wanted to tell a story in the last stream when we had the last stream, like two months ago. I just forgot. I went to take something to drink, and when I came back, I forgot to tell the story. So there was a when I started to train under Tommy, it's like 2007. So until 2007, I trained Jeet Kune Do on my own. Basically through the fighting method books, and I also incorporated some grappling, right? So I did buy some books from the Gracies, and we have trained that as well. And also I had my kids downstairs, man. There's never you have when you have kids, there's really never just chill out. And so and I had also a few books from Inosanto and Larry Hartzell, which no, not from Inosanto, from Larry Hartzell, which the books from Larry Hartzell are really terrible. But what we trained basically was the stuff from the fighting method books and grappling as well. So side mount, top mount, and all this stuff you do actually in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And yes, that's a nice cup, right? So coffee. I have two of those. I kind of collect coffee cups, so I have many downstairs. And my wife, from time to time, when she sees nice ones, she buy them because she she knows I like coffee cups. Um, and well, then like in 2007, I started to train under Tommy, basically starting taking online lessons. I came to his, I found him on the internet, and then I went to his webpage, and there was this forum he had, which was actually nice. I mean, I found it pretty sad when this forum was shut down, because this forum was pretty much alive, right? So all kinds of people went there, and all kinds of shady characters, right? Which we are gonna come back to them. And so then, basically, when I went to his webpage at that time, there was no online lessons. So he was just about to create or to film these online lessons and to release them. And at the time, I was present, right? And when he put them online, I was one of the first guys who took them, because I took them immediately. So that's how it was 2007. So that's how I started to train Tommy's teachings. And 2008 was the first year I went to Glasgow. I did once went to straight lead seminar, and then 2009 and 10, and from yes, at some point I started to teach, like 2010 or something. Like small groups, and build up from there, and continue to improve and teach the stuff where I improved as well. Okay, so that's how that started. And basically from the beginning, from the 2007, I'm not sure if I really started to post on forums at that year, but so I think where I started to post frequently was 2009. Okay, so, and then there was in Germany like a web page similar to Facebook. Okay, so this web page is dead now because of Facebook, and Facebook basically killed this web page. But it was a similar idea, and I was there posting about my school and that I teach, and in Jeet Kune Do section on everything. And there was a guy. He attacked me really heavily. So like basic stuff like you read nowadays from some idiots. Oh, eye jabs don't work, groin kicks don't work. Basically, exactly the same stuff you hear from some people from today. And he was like, when you did read his stuff, he was writing in the internet. It appeared as he was some kind of I don't know, like supernatural fighter. You would think, oh, this guy can punch and kick. He would kill 15 people because he was so, you know, confident in his writings and everything. You would literally think there's a Mike Tyson who is writing about boxing when he did write, and he was attacking us really heavily here. So he we are stupid. Tommy is stupid. We are scumbags, and really heavy. And I knew his name because he was under his real name in the internet. Okay, so at some point I did block him, right? Because there's no communication with guys like this. They're just there to attack you, nothing else. And that was like 2009 until 2010 or something. And then Tommy writes me I don't know if it was a message or I saw this on his webpage, then that he was invited in Germany to do a seminar, like some 100 kilometers away from me. That's roughly 60 miles, right? And then I looked up who is hosting this seminar, and it was that guy who was attacking us all the time. And I just thought, what the hell? Why is this guy inviting Tommy now after attacking Tommy in German forums, which Tommy didn't know nothing about, right? And attacking me. And I was already then his senior student, and like his main guy in Germany, or up to this time his only guy in Germany, I think. I'm not sure, but I guess so. And I think, why is this guy inviting Tommy? I mean, he was so against us, and well, I guess I said, okay. I mean, I guess I'm gonna meet this guy in person. So you would think this guy is like 2 meters and like Schwarzenegger, and he can fight like Bruce Lee, as I remembered the way he was writing about Jeet Kune Do and everything. And then the seminar came, and I drove up with the. It was from my place to the north, right? So with a few students of mine, and when I first saw that guy, I couldn't help but just to laugh, right? Because he was like a small, overweighted old guy, you know, he was really overweighted and everything. And I think this guy attacked us so heavily. And you watch him. Hey, he can barely move. He's overweighted. He's even old. He looked like 60 years old. Apparently, he was only 40. He said he was old like me now, but he looked like 60. So I guess he was also lying about his age then. And I just think, man, you were writing in the internet like a crazy. You were attacking us. You were attacking Tommy, and Tommy has no skill, and eye jabs don't work against a really motivated fighters, and groin kicks as well. Nothing, you know. And then you invite Tommy. At the end of the story, what he actually tried, he tried to sneak into the IFO, but not like official way, not like becoming official instructor of Tommy, but just inviting Tommy one seminar, maybe two, and then, you know, like behind the back using his name. And I was monitoring this guy really carefully, because, you know, people like this, they are just shady characters. So the way they behave and the way they start with communicating with you, and come in a contact, and the way they talk, you know, especially this guy, because he was so really rude toward us. I was really watching him, what he's doing, and then, as expected, you know, he did advertising like he trained with Tommy and stuff, you know, like now he's doing Jeet Kune Do under Tommy Caruthers, because he is or was instructor under Larry Hassel, you know, and now he just wanted to use Tommy's name. That's basically what happened. And well, at the end of the day, you know, in on Facebook, or no, that was still Tommy's webpage, you know, in his forum. When Tommy did write something, or he showed some drills or something, doesn't really matter what it was. This guy came like always, oh yeah, well, yes, we did train this before. And at one point, Tommy just had enough of him, because he did all the time the same. And Tommy said, how did you train this before? Because I just invented this drill. Nobody did this drill before. And then he tried to do some excuse that, well, it was not exactly this drill, but it was similar. And with, you know, Santo, we did this. And when you think about that, all these people, you know, like even now, who attack us, and then we show something, and most of them are going to say, oh, that's nothing new. Or we have trained this as well, you know, like all these finger jabs, or maybe side kicks, and eye jabs, and angling off, and yeah, they have done this, everything like this, but you have never seen a single one of them actually doing a video or doing a video about angling off, about using finger jabs, about using finger jabs in different distances, different angles. Now, but when we are posting that, then they see it, okay? Then they claim, you know, they've done it as well. So Tommy kicked him actually out from this organization. It took like 1 year. I think that was 2011, and he was kicked out. And I guess this guy is gonna say that I'm responsible that he was kicked out, but I didn't have nothing to do with that, because I really didn't talk to Tommy. I just warned Tommy. I just said him, watch this guy, because he was talking bad about us before he invited you to the seminar. So I'm not really sure if this guy can, you know, he made his mind up or changed his mind. I just think, you know, in the early 10 years, or the 10 years, how do you say it? Tommy had a pretty good reputation about, you know, Jeet Kune Do reputation about his skill and teaching, and so he tried probably to profit from that. Okay. And the funny thing is, when he was kicked out of the IFO, right? But he was never officially a group leader of IFO. That's another thing, okay? So he wasn't actually kicked out of IFO. He didn't end up in the IFO. So what happened then is that he then changed the martial art completely. And on his I read on his website that, like, he went to this other martial art style. It's this DNA lab, right? And that he then went like May 2011, like something like this. And now he is a lead instructor in Germany for this organization. And I read it like in August, okay? And I wrote to him, how you heard in May about this martial art, and like May, June, July, August, like 3 months later, you're already lead instructor. How is this possible? I mean, usually you would need like 10 years to train a martial art. And when I wrote that, because I wrote it on a forum, right? So openly, so everybody could read that. So he deleted that stuff from his webpage, and he deleted the date, like the sentence where he said that he heard the first time he heard about this martial art was in May 2011. He deleted that, so there's no connection. So you don't see the connection from when he heard about the martial art and when he became lead instructor in Germany of this martial art and this organization, basically just in 3 months. So this is all these martial arts, you know, like this new martial arts, and I don't know if Krav Maga is also like this, or this the DNA lab, or also a lot of Jeet Kune Do lines. You can see these guys, they jump in from nowhere and suddenly they're an instructor, you know. And how serious can you take this stuff, okay? Because I mean, you can be talented as hell, but there's no way that you start boxing and 3 months later you have a trainer license or B trainer license or something. That's not possible, man. I mean, nowadays maybe you do just a seminar or something, but what's quality-wise, it's not possible. And so that guy ended up with this, you know, it's basically, imagine now the Rhino guy invites Tommy to a seminar and he wants to use his name suddenly. That it would be exactly the same. This would be exactly the same. Because this guy, like 15 years ago or 13 years ago, he attacked us similar like the Rhino today, okay? But just not having his own YouTube channel, because back then having a YouTube channel wasn't really a thing, right? But YouTube took off later on, okay? So, because I have seen it all. I have seen it all multiple times. It's always the same, okay? It's always the same, just different faces. So, Lourdes Maria Espirita. Tommy Carothers invented most of the curriculum he teaches. Not real Jeet Kune Do, no genealogy. So you're wrong here. Tommy did not invent anything, right? So what you don't understand is that Tommy invents drills, but it's all the same techniques, it's all the same footwork, it's all the same tactics. It's just different drills, okay? So what happens when you invent a drill? As a teacher, you can invent a drill. So let's say you have a student where you see this guy has some troubles with the left hook, okay? And he has a trouble to combine, let's say, a straight lead with a left hook. And your other student maybe doesn't have that problem, okay? And so for this student, okay, you invent a drill so he can actually train to combine with a straight lead the left hook, okay, with a certain footwork, and so he can train this. And now you have invented a drill. Maybe this drill wasn't there before, but out of necessity you have invented this drill. And this is what actually Tommy does. So he has a bunch of students, and so he wants to get his students better in this, and he wants to get his students better at that. And then you can like do new drills that are bringing them to the goal. But it's always the same sidekick. It's always the same straight lead. It's always the same left hook and the same right hook and the same rear straight, right? And the same footwork. It's just different drills. So you can actually drill this and get good at that. Okay? So, and if you remember Mr. Lourdes Maria, right? As Bruce was the same. So he was always constantly writing training programs according to the abilities of his students, because one drill is not needed for one student because he can already do this, but the other student maybe need a different drill to achieve the same goal. Okay, but Tommy does not invent new techniques or new body mechanics, because the body mechanics they are always the same. And once you understand that, you're gonna appreciate that. But if you don't understand that, you're not gonna appreciate that. So that's as easy as that. Sugar Ray Puppy. Tommy has also invented the drills to take Jeet Kune Do further, refining the art, right? So you can. That's true. Okay, you can invent as a teacher. Also me, I could do that. You know, I have a student, he has some problems with footwork or something, and then you have to do a drill. I mean, maybe I know already a drill that would help him there, but some people just don't fit. Okay, they need even more breakdown to get good at this particular subject, right? So. And funny thing is, all these people who criticize Tommy about he doesn't do Jeet Kune Do, and you see their skill, and then you say, well, if Tommy doesn't do Jeet Kune Do, you do even less than that. So that's that. Oh, and the story is not ending there. Okay, so with this guy, I'm gonna call him I'm gonna give him a name. It's not gonna be his real name. I'm just gonna name him White Rhino. Okay, not Black Rhino. I'm gonna name him White Rhino, because this is the same kind of character, right? What happened then is a very, very disturbing thing, because this is we approach now criminal behavior, right? Illegal stuff, and how you say fraud, okay? Because he had two students, and these students, very nice guys, two very nice guys, Mike and Milo. If you're watching someday this, hi to you. And they told me that story, right? Because when this guy was When this guy was organizing seminar for Tommy, he apparently he didn't have enough money to pay Tommy, for what reason ever, because we paid him. Okay, there were almost 50 participants on that seminar, as if I remember right. It could be wrong, but there was a lot of people because the room was full, and everybody paid like 50 euro. It was 1 day seminar. No, we paid 50 euro as members of the IFO, and everybody else paid like 80 or something. And so what happened then? He apparently these two students of him, White Reno apparently didn't have enough money for the to pay Tommy. At least he said that. And he went to these two guys to loan. He asked them, guys, can you give me this amount of money so I can pay Tommy? I'm gonna pay you later back. And because they have trained under him, like private, they were like private students. They have trained with him pretty long time, I would guess. They just gave him a money. I don't know how much that was. It was several hundred euros. And they paid him, or they gave him money, so he paid Tommy and everything. Okay. And this was a few months after the seminar. One of these guys, they sent me an email, and the guy said, "Hey, Tommy, hi, Thomas, Tommy. Hi, Thomas, how are you? Blah blah and everything." And yeah, and I wanted to tell you a story. And then he told me the story with him, how they gave him a money to White Reno so he can pay the Tommy and the expenses for the seminar and whatever. And they paid him, and now they're waiting for the money, and they have never got the money back. It was like already a half a year later or even more. I can't really remember the time frame, but it was a few months after that, after the seminar. And he told me, well, he gave them an excuse, and now listen to this. The excuse was like in a Hollywood movie. He said he went to the ATM to get the money, and somebody robbed him, right? So somebody punched him from behind. Also, he took the money from the ATM, and then he was punched from behind. He was knocked out, and somebody took the money. So that was his excuse. You know, the biggest martial artist of this planet. If you read his comments in the forums, and on the ATM, he was just knocked out by some random guys, and it was a robbery, right? And they took the money. He wanted to pay he wanted to pay the guys back. Would you believe that? Would you believe that? When I read that, I had to laugh. I said, but I don't believe, no chance that this really happened. Okay. So what they did then, they were threatening with the lawyer and everything, and eventually they get paid back after a year or something. So you see, Pierre, White Reno, this guy attacked us on the internet, similar to the Black Reno, okay, and you see how these characters end, what they actually do, okay. So, I mean, when I see these guys write and post things, then I instantly remember of other guys that were doing this in the past, and then you see, oh, this is the same kind of type of character, so you stay away from this guy. You wouldn't talk to this guy in your private life, actually, never, right? But these guys, they have internet, and they can then just use the internet to do stupid stuff. Like back in the 90s, before the internet, this kind of people would probably be like lonely guys somewhere and doing some active shooting, whatever. These guys are real weirdos. So this is how this story ended, actually, right? And this guy, and after that he went to this DNA lab stuff, where actually there's, you know what the DNA lab is? That's this martial art. If you, some of you guys know this KC fighting system. Oh, there you go. So my background flies away. I guess I have to buy a new one because this is pretty fragile. So there you go. This side, okay, this side. So we need more of this side. There you go. So is it sharp? Now it's sharp. So then this DNA lab fighting system is actually the same this KC fighting system, you know, where they used this in Batman. Okay, like come on. So there you go. So I'm gonna do this a little bit different. So webcam. So there you go. Can I configure? There you go. So we'll zoom in a little bit more. So there you go. So this DNA fighting system is the same as KC fighting system. So that was for the two guys that actually developed this KC fighting system. At some point they split, and the one, he kept the name KC fighting system, and the other one, he took the name with him, and he took other name, different name, and it called like DNA lab. But as I understand, it's basically the same. So that's how they came. And let me show you this DNA lab. Okay, like your DNA lab stuff, martial art. So yeah, that's the guy. That's actually the guy. So let's take let me go, and there you go. So that's actually the guy. Okay, so they do this kind of stuff all the time. Okay, and this is the guy. That's a British guy. So this is the guy who actually is the head of this organization from DNA Lab. Can you hear that?
Really locked into you know, a one dimension of it. So but I want to fight you, but I've got to try and protect all these things.
So the funny thing is, you know, they teach when you get punched, then you cover like this, and you cover and you like hit at the same time with the elbow or something, and you get punched, and when you go, or you go like this, something like this, and then you can get punched. Yeah, you know, the weird thing is you can still get stabbed, right? So if somebody comes with a knife at you and you don't even know, you do like this, you're gonna have 50 holes.
that I, first asked
because there's no
myself when
really,
I'm stood in front of
there's no
somebody in
really
the
defense.
street
It's just covering.
and,
You
for
can
example,
cover
all
if
the
you
skills,
know that the
bobbing and
guy's just gonna
weaving and
punch.
run
He
away.
can
Yeah, well, what if
even
he can't run away?
hit you
And I
with
just
something
have to
hard,
stand still
and
just
not just in your
power.
face. You see, like this.
And I'm going to let him do
You know,
another
when somebody throws a
full
hook
power,
and you
full
go,
power for
you
4.
use your both hands to do this, and then afterwards you have to realign your hands to punch.
Okay.
You know,
what's the concept
takes
in
so
that?
much time.
As a young,
That's
as
why
a
you
young
don't
man,
we never would teach something like
hit.
this. Okay.
That's okay. So I can deal with a hit and maybe count.
Okay, so let's
a little bit slow. Okay, a little bit harder, and a little bit harder. In the end, it's about why do you do that? This covering up when people get hit. Proper, true onslaught.
And when you see the first Batman with Christian Bale, he did actually the same in some scenes.
Knees, punches, elbows, grappling people, grab foot's loose.
It's like basically Casey
I can't
fighting
really
method.
do it, but when you attack it with, ballistic power, I mean.
What is it doing? Come on, connection.
I don't really care. What if it's like a big bolo boxer's punch? I don't really care. What if it's the uppercut? It doesn't really matter.
I mean, look.
What if it's a knee?
You threw a fast hook, and then you wanna it's even worse than trapping. You wanna catch the hooks with your tip of the elbow,
long distance,
going here or here.
So that really awful thing in a real fight, being punched in the face because everybody headhunts.
That's even worse than Wing Chun.
Slightly more sophisticated
trapping,
weapons,
right?
Like knees from Muay Thai. Few people actually really understand this still.
So now they're gonna say Thomas is talking crap about another martial art.
And just our lives from the past have actually genuinely been
there you go. So and it looks like a little bit like movie scenes. Yeah, that's they use it in the first Batman, okay, with Christian Bale, and in what was the movie with Tom Cruise? There's also a series on Amazon Prime, just another actor. What's the name of that movie? So in this movie, they also use this Casey method, okay? Jack Reacher, okay? That was Jack Reacher, okay? So in Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise, they used the same martial art, basically. Defense Lab, DNA Lab, Defense Lab, exactly. Exactly. Q Young, hi, how are you? Here, Fabian is here as well. Gumfu, it was Rhino Fart, right? Okay, so that was a story with this white rhino guy. So I call him white rhino because I don't want to mention his name here. And what was the other story? Yeah, well, other story I would like to it's not really big story, but there was the guy who recently left the IFO. The guy from a not a country, not Germany, okay, right? So there's like also a little bit story before it started, like pretty early, so like 2009. So this guy invited Tommy as well to a seminar in his country, like 2009. And Tommy went there and he gave a seminar, and I did the seminar as well. I didn't do the seminar, I went there participating, okay? So I was there as well, and it was everything okay. So it was a really nice place and was a nice seminar and everything, and we drove there and we trained like for one day, then we slept in a hotel. Or it was only one day, I'm not really sure. And then after the seminar, we drove back. And I can really remember on the way back, I was so tired, so I had to pull my car in the parking lot and sleep a little bit on the way home, okay, because that was Sunday. So it was everything okay. And then this guy, it was like 2009 or something. He wanted to become a group leader under Tommy, which Tommy said, okay, you can become a group leader, so no problem. And then some 3 years later or something, he wanted to leave the IFO again. So for what reason ever, I'm not really sure why. So he left. But I can remember he was a little bit problematic. He was moaning about stuff now and then, and I don't know what. I mean, it's hard to teach people Jeet Kune Do and keep students, you know, like probably every martial art that is not like the most popular one, right? So then I didn't hear from him like maybe 7-8 years or something. And then he came back suddenly, like 3 or 4 years ago. He came back, and I saw, and Tommy told me, well, this guy is back. He wants to start teach again under Tommy. And Tommy told it to me, or I read it somewhere. I'm not sure. Which I found pretty weird, okay, because he actually back in the day, it was a little bit dispute between him and Tommy. I'm not sure what it was. I don't really want to say anything because I don't really know. I did knew, but I just forgot it. Okay, it was something about teaching or I don't know. But then eventually he came back, which I found again weird. Why is this guy coming back after criticizing everything? And then he wants to come back. It's weird, okay? So same, you know, back of my head, all these alerts, they go off. Okay, another one guy, it's weird. Now he's want to jump into the organization again. This was like 3 years ago or something. And then we had this Rhino guy, he started to post, and this ESO guy, this right-wing extremist from the United States, they started to attack us, right? Or mainly my channel, because I mean my channel, you know, I have 1 million subscribers. It's so important. They started to attack me and us, and at some point, one guy wrote to Rhino a private message, Facebook message, that he was a group leader under Tommy, and this is all shit, and now he wants to leave because reasons, okay. And Rhino, he was screenshotting that and posting that. Oh, look, yeah, some guy who was in the organization of Tommy. Oh, he says Tommy is shit, or Thomas is shit, because he was attacking me as well. He said I was like, what did he say? I was like his megaphone or something, Tommy's. But I had never any dispute with this guy, and I didn't know who that was at first, and I was thinking, well. He was writing with Rhino that he was teaching under Tommy since 3 years, and now leaving the organization. And I got back with a mic from Netherlands, and I said, "Do you know who is that?" I mean, the only guy I can think of who was starting to teach 3 years ago was this guy. And Mike told me, yeah, he also thinks that it's him. And I went back to Tommy. I said, Tommy, watch this. Is there anybody who left recently the organization? And he said me, yes, that's that and that guy. And that was exactly that guy I was thinking of. So he basically left the organization attacking me and Tommy because he was not satisfied with how things are going. But the problem he had is that the Mike from Netherlands, he gave private lessons to his students, and his students, they went to Mike to take private lessons, and that was the problem he had actually with the organization. And then he wrote Tommy. He said to Tommy he should tell Mike in Netherlands to stop that, or he's gonna leave the organization. And Tommy said that he basically put the gun onto his chest, but Tommy didn't want to forbid Mike teaching people. Doesn't matter who it is. I mean, if Mike's students want to come to me and take private lessons, I would give them private lessons as well. Except I would not, because I just don't have any time. I don't give any private lessons to people anymore. I work full time, and then weekends I have spent time with my family, so I can't just, at random time give private lessons. So that's as long as I worked a partial time, like the past 10 years, there was no problem, okay? But now I work full time, so I don't give any private lessons anymore. Unless you pay a good amount of money where it's worth for me to go in the evening, and give you a private lessons, and in the next morning I have to get out of the bed at 6 o'clock in the morning, go to work. I'm not going to do this for $50 anymore. So just so you know the background. And so he had basically the problems that Mike is giving private lessons to his students, and so he was pissed and he left the organization. And then he was thinking he's going to connect with ESO, with these lunatics and Rhino, and give them some fake information. Yeah, shady characters. Like I said, you don't do this unless you're a shady character. Because but he didn't say the Rhino that he was already teaching like 10 years ago. And then he left, and then he came back, and now he's leaving again. So he got basically 2 chances from Tommy, and that's the last one. There's no chance anymore. Pierre says headbutt Chisao. Yeah, that's DNA lab or defense lab. Dennis says, like Mike Tyson said once, something like the internet is a too comfortable place for other people to disrespect others without getting punching in the face. Yeah, that's exactly. So now imagine a boxing gym attacks another boxing gym in the internet, and they said, I'm going to challenge you for a sparring match. Who does that? That's only in this weird kung fu scenes where people challenge each other. And like Bruce said, luckily these guys don't know how to punch and kick for real, because otherwise they would injure themselves really heavily. But it rarely happens anything seriously. They don't injure themselves when they fight. Santeria 78, it's in case you're getting attacked. My opinion is they put too much emphasis on blocking. Yeah, I mean, you should evade, okay? The blocking is the last solution, but the blocking is the first solution. So that's the difference. So you should evade, you should intercept or evade and then attack. But just eating punches, it could just mean you eat knives. So, okay. Jack Reacher. Similar like Wing Chun Krav Maga, yeah. It's like you have to invent something different that looks different, okay, in order to sell it. Okay. David. Hi, David. Hi, Thomas. Great topic. I can understand using that method of blocking once or incidentally, but this fellow is using it as de facto for every attack. Yeah, just like I said, that should be last method. But this is the first method they're using, and they're using all the time, and then you don't see anything. And okay, you cover your eyes, basically, your sight. Excellent. Haha, yep, the hippo is watching, just uploaded a picture of the stream on his community tab. Stalker. Yeah, of course. Hi, hippo. Okay. I have made a nice 2 nice shorts, but I never posted them because I didn't want to give him just attention. But the posts are really the shorts are really funny. I may upload them like just in the community tab, maybe. Let's see. It's really I mean, it's because he wrote in a one occasion, he wrote how he would. I mean, why? Why would you even write that? Even if you think that, just don't write it, because you just come as an ass. He wrote basically in the comment section, because this Axel made a screenshot and he sent me, where he said he would end me and Tommy under 10 seconds. Okay, so, and then he deleted that for what reason ever. Why would you even write it in the first place? He's talking about himself. Yeah. Post them, Axel. We all like a good laugh. Yeah, but you know, I want to keep my channel clean, right? So clean away from these idiots. So they can post, they can trash their own channels and just put all this trash there. But I want to keep my channel clean, and I want to keep it just about Jeet Kune Do, okay? But once in a while you have to talk about these topics as well, because all these guys, they just get reborn, just another generation. Like, imagine, you know, a karate Shotokan sensei writes in the internet about Okinawa karate sensei, how he is crap and how he would end him in 10 seconds and he wants to spar him. You never see stuff like that there. It's just in this kung fu scenes and rounds and everything. Yeah. Well, he's in Germany. I heard he's in Germany. He can come to me and spar me. It just costs 10,000 euro. Nothing is for free. I mean, if you want, just pay me money. Okay, we can do this. It's 10 grand. Okay. You want quality sparring? It costs money. Or you do it for free with Mike in Poland. Okay. And then you can record this video and show how great you are. So. Also, just for everybody who has idea to write me that he wants to spar me, it costs 10k. Okay. So just so you know, guys, save your money, or all these guys who support you, you know, the Little Lee or Boomstick, Jeet Kune Do Dildo guy, or they can send you the money, okay? Just collect the money. And when you have 10 grand, you can come to me. You give me the cash and we spar. Deal? Deal. So, he's back in Africa, right? He was probably never here. He must have been teleported. Neil F. People are so worried about lineage and the term of Jeet Kune Do and Lee's philosophy, but not focusing on the facts. So the funny thing is, so I'm gonna tell you now something. Jeet Kune Do is the most practical martial art you can find on this planet. It's all about application and practicality. And when somebody comes to you and says Jeet Kune Do is philosophy, it means he can't teach Jeet Kune Do. He just uses this as an excuse why the stuff he does isn't like Bruce showed, for example, in the fighting method books, or about the stuff he was talking about. Simplicity, directness, hooks, straights, straight kicks, hook kicks, side kicks, and footwork. Okay, fencing and boxing with hands, and fencing with legs. Right? Q Young. Such people should save 10k for insurance. I said, I mean, at one day he's gonna run into a guy who is going to go to his school without announcement, and he's gonna punch the crap out of him. Henry Lee, I don't know what your avatar is about, but looks crazy. Who is Henry Lee? Oh, let's go. Okay, that's a comical face. Henry Lee's Kimchi Boxing, Axel Stone. Why is Reno posting picture of himself in his dojo when he claims he is in Europe? Okay. So I want to see something. So we're gonna go to Mike's page in Poland. Yeah. Okay, Reno. Smoking is not healthy, right? So think about that. Yeah. I'm not talking too much about yourself, so don't get too much excited. But now we're gonna talk about Michael. Michael Poland Cheat Kundo. So where is he? I mean, this search bar on YouTube, sometimes I think, what is this? I mean, I post exactly his channel name, and this YouTube shows me. Okay, I have to go to my channel because I have posted a link of his somewhere. Ah, there you go. So, okay, so let's switch that. There you go. So, okay. So what do we have here? Michael has changed the name. Michael Poland Junfang Jitkundo. Okay. Okay, so there you so the last post is he wrote is that he wants to end this nonsense, which I would really agree. Don't even start with that nonsense. That's how I block these guys instantly. Just kill the stupidity at the beginning. You know, like intercepting. You intercept them. They want to do stupid stuff and trash, and you just intercept them. Blocked. Intercepting, blocking on YouTube. And they cry. Then they cry afterwards on their channels. Oh, why are you blocking everybody? Oh no, I'm not blocking everybody. I'm just blocking you. So I like to end the online nonsense and say that it was a mistake to enter online quarrels that led to nowhere. Absolutely. Did you ever believe that this guy is going to come and spar? So, and then you can see how they went forth and back about. Well, you can come to Poland to where's that place? Brodonica is that. Okay, so he can come there, and then the Reno, he was about making a contract, sparring contract, or this kind of nonsense, which I was really laughing at. What kind of contract you want to have? There's no contract. There's no agreement. You come, you get your face trashed, that's it. Okay, so you just appear if you want. Yeah, I don't care if you're from Africa. If you have to come, there's no agreement. There's no setting place or whatever. Okay, you just come. So in my case, I just said there's no agreement, man. I can't agree with you. So you want to come and fight? Then it's a street fight. But now I was thinking about that. Well, I'm stupid. I could make some money if you want to spar 10k. Let's spar. So 10k. I can give you a like 10% off, like 9k. Okay. So, and then you have here, it's you really put shame on yourself. He says, I told you the dates and the place to come to Poland. It's so difficult for you to comprehend since you know the place where to come and are already in Europe. So apparently he was in here in my neighborhood. Your waiver is not the issue. Waiver. As you just need to go from Frankfurt to Brodownica, you just jump into the train, okay? It's like 5 or 6 or I don't know, maybe 8 hours train. Where's Brodownica actually? I want to see that. City in Poland. Where is it? That's here? Can I mark this? Okay, there you go. Now we have marked it. And I'm here. Oops, that's the wrong one. There you go. There you go. Well, I live actually here, right? But let's go Frankfurt. It doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? So with the car it's like 10 hours ride. Well, it's not just a little bit. With the train it's 15 hours. Okay, so okay, it's pretty far away. Okay, so it's like middle in Poland. A little bit further than you are in war in Ukraine. Look, Ukraine is here. My God, it has a pretty big border, Ukraine with Poland. Okay, so it's not so far away from me. Look this. It's like just like this. So, well, according to him, he would need just like less than 10 seconds. So, I mean, I don't know where you have to undergo military service and everything, but okay. So here's apparently Michael is in military. Okay, so when you're in the military, you just can't, you cannot take days off. You know, you have your days off planned like a year before, or something. Like in normal company. So this little pig is talking nonsense again. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Lots of nonsense. Yeah, just come. Don't write. Why you write so much? Okay, just turn up, and if you want, I mean, I don't care. Stuff like that is, to me, it's a nonsense. And I'm gonna show you a short because that's definitely what it is. And where is it? I don't know if I can. Oh, I can see it if I go here on my YouTube studio. Then I can see it because it's not listed or it's private. I'm not sure. Okay. What's the next page? Ah, there's it. So. Okay, then watch this. Wait a sec. There you go. So, do we have a tone? So then, this is basically, you know, a guy like this? Challenging everyone. Everybody. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? That's the one shot. The other shot I didn't load it up, so it's not even online. So The other short is not one that I made myself. Okay, I mean I did made myself, but I didn't use my own footage. Neil F, blocking them, art of fighting without the fighting, exactly. So, Q Young, Reno, Wood don't hit back, me too. 2 seconds sparring for 10k is a good deal, yes. Yes. Kung Fu, don't let Hippo book a plane ticket from Frankfurt to Brodonica. He probably would have to apply detour with a half a day layover in Spain or something wild. Madara Uchicha. Excuse me. Can you talk more about how to move and hit at the same time? From what I see, Jeet Kune Do is very elusive in footwork compared to boxing and Muay Thai, where yes. Yes, the thing is with modern boxing and Muay Thai, you see often how the people are just standing in front of other and just punch and kick and then don't move. In Jeet Kune Do, you actually hold a distance, and when you attack, you step. You can step forward, you can step to the side, you can step sideways. I actually, when you watch my videos, even I don't talk about this subject, but when we kick and punch, you can see we're doing that. And I'm gonna do videos about this kind of stuff that goes more into detail for members, right? So I have to do a member video, like I'm gonna do it tomorrow or something, and then post it, which about training in the back fist and how you can train back fist solo. So in solo training, okay, right? Because most people don't have training partner, but you can still train stuff, and how you can train this technique, because the last subject was back fist. So Q Young, no sounds. Oh, there was no sound. Well, I could hear it. Oh, you don't hear it? Wait a second.
I want to fight this guy because I have to prove how good a Kung Fu master I am. I want to fight this guy because I have to prove how good a Kung Fu master I am. I want to fight this guy because I have to prove how good a Kung Fu master I am. I want to fight this guy because I have to prove how good a Kung Fu master I am. I want to fight this guy because I have to prove how good a Kung Fu master I am.
Right? So that's basically it. Okay? It's funny. It's funny, man. It's funny. So, can you hear the music and myself? Okay. Looks like him, right? That was a kind of filter. Okay. So just no too much hair and no glasses, right? So I mean, guys like that, they would just help themselves just to keep low, because all they do is just make look themselves stupid. And you just don't deal with guys like that. Just block them. And oh, we're gonna watch another one. Wait a second, we have to go to Mike's page, because skill-wise, as I said, skill-wise, you know, I don't know what kind of self-image guys like this have. I think he removed that. Oh, sadly, Michael from Poland removed that short. He did post a short from Reno where he did punch the boxing bag, and it just looked punched and kicked a boxing bag, and it truly looked like a beginner guy. He just trained and stepped into my school yesterday, started training. That's how it looked like. Okay, so It was really terrible. Okay. So that's the story with the Reno guy, right? So but the only thing is what you can do is just ignore these guys. Okay. So once in a while you can talk about them, and but excuse me. But what you don't have to, what you have to do is not let yourself get sucked into their stupidity. So they live in their little bubble, okay, and you don't want to go into this bubble, okay. Stay outside of it, and that's basically it. Because, as I said, that's all the same guys. It's just different faces, but they are all the same. They do the same stuff. They talk the same way, and they have the same agenda. Okay. And you can see in my comment section from now and then, there's a guy or different guys. They come, and then they post a comment, and I read that, and you see a totally random name like Will Smith, or like Jack Morgan or something, just oh, this name is just made up. That's not a real name. With no picture, just standard letter YouTube avatar. And then you read what they wrote, and then you think, wow, this is similar. And then you go, I've heard something like this already, and the kind of argumentation. And then you go to their channels, and then you see, oh, this channel is only a few days old, or a few months, or even just a year old or 2 years old. Which I say, okay, so you got blocked maybe a year ago, and then you made a new account, and now you started posting again in my channel. Like the guy recently, he made his channel in January this year, and then he started posting again. Oh, Jeet Kune Do is the best, and Wing Chun is the best, and Sandai is the best, and he sounded just exactly like the guy I blocked like a year ago or something. And I said, well, you discovered YouTube just this month. That's nice. What's your main account? And then he wrote, I'm not a YouTuber. So what I mean, you're not a YouTuber? You didn't use the YouTube before, or what? I didn't say you're a YouTuber. Like, you have zero content on your channel. And then he was writing like stupid stuff. And one video of mine, he just wrote like randomly, I'm not a beginner. So okay, eventually I blocked him again, because I just don't want to deal with people like that. I could say, okay, just don't read that stuff. They get their attention when you read and reply. But to some degree, I want to keep my channel clean. Okay, clean all this stupidity. So because my channel is still small, so you can still do this. But once you reach like a bigger amount of followers, so your channel would be shown to more people, and you would have much more comments from random people, and at some point you would just not read them anymore. That was the case in Instagram, when my Instagram account blew up, and I gained like in 2 months like 100,000 subscribers. And you post a video, and then you have 2,000 likes, and you have like 30 comments, and out of these 30 comments, 20 comments are haters, because mostly haters comment. Okay. And to delete this stuff all, I would go every day in and delete multiple comments. But eventually my channel stopped growing, because they changed algorithm or something. So then this hater commenting just stopped as well. Okay, because when your videos go viral, you just get hate comments. Doesn't matter what branch you are. Doesn't really matter, because the people are just stupid. They just see something and they just want to hate, because they're just jealous. Doesn't matter what is it, cooking channel, or somebody can cook, somebody can drive cars and everything. The people, oh, you just shit, something like this. Okay, so deleted, blocked, bye bye. So Did you mean Michael's kill on the bag wasn't good? Hippo. I meant Hippo. Michael did post Hippo punching and kicking, basically punching a bag with one kick. And it looked truly terrible, man. No body mechanics, nothing. But that's what you get when you trap all day. You don't know how to kick and punch. That's, you know. Like Lourdes Maria, check that channel. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Is it also a new account? Yeah, Lourdes Maria. You know what who that is? That's Madonna's daughter, I think. You know. Where's the guy? I can't even find it. Ah, there you see. Yeah. Can I? Ah, there you go. So here. There you go. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna copy that and then let's see if if YouTube finds him. Because for some reason I can't go over his. Yeah, no. Of course YouTube doesn't find him because his channel is probably just recently made. Just to come to this stream. Ah, there you go. So I can go to the channel. So show me. Okay, channel info. Oh yeah, you see the guy here? So that's the guy he posted here. That Tommy doesn't do Jeet Kune Do, that he invents his stuff. So he posted that. So let's see when this channel was made. When? It's like made two and a half years ago. Okay, so it's alert. And then you see there's nothing on this channel, literally nothing. So no playlists, no other channels, no information about the channel, just the date he made. The picture is a totally different random picture, and the name is you know, it says nothing. So this account is a second account of the guy, whose main account I did probably block somewhere at this date. Okay, so that's how you see. That's how you see how these guys operate. Okay, he can tell me whatever he wants. Most likely, what I said is true. So that's how this works. %, Hippo account. No, it doesn't even have to be Hippo account. It can be. So what happens is these guys, they come here and talk shit. You just post a video about straight punching, left punching, uppercuts, footwork, and they come and they just post crap. This is whatever, okay? And then you reply, and they just get triggered by your reply, and they just start to attack you. Now I block them then, okay, right? Because there's no conversation. That's just stupidity. Okay, you don't understand why you're coming back. What they do then, when they get blocked, they make a new account and then they sub to me, okay? And then they see every time I upload, and maybe, you know, like my life. Yeah, this guy never would know that I'm live now on a live stream, unless he did sub me, okay? So he's not just randomly here. And then you can see what he said. He said, is it again? He said, Tommy Caruthers invented most of the curriculum he teaches. This is just on purposely. Either he thinks that, or he doesn't understand that. So that's why no real Jeet Kune Do, no genealogy. So I guess this is a concept guy, because concepts is what most is invented as well. Okay, so it's different martial arts. So for some reason, concepts is okay, but when we are using Jeet Kune Do principles, that's not okay. We are inventing that ourselves. And what I'm not going to show you is what a former student of mine, we were yesterday in a restaurant eating, my students, and he was also there, and there is a, from Microsoft, I think it's from Microsoft funded AI chat, okay? The AI chat, the name of the chat is Open Chat. So now guys, watch this. This is amazing. Have you heard about that? Open Chat, chat, Open AI. There you go. There is it. So do I have to log in? Ah, yeah, I have to log in. I have to log in with Google. So I'm gonna log in with my Google account. There you go. It's there. Oh, it takes a little bit time. So my first name, Green Reno. No, it's not that. I'm gonna show you that. It's amazing. I have to give my phone number. Okay. To make that account, so my phone number, there you go. So I'm yeah, they are sending me a message, so now I'm gonna have to type in this numbers. There you go. Okay, so this okay, next explain. Okay, so so now you can see it. This is a open IA chat. So this is a artificial intelligence program which you can ask him any question and he gives you not just an answer, he writes like an article about it, and it works really well. And now I'm gonna watch this, guys. This is really fascinating. Now I'm gonna type in what's the difference between Jeet Kune Do, between original Jeet Kune Do and Jeet Kune Do concepts. And now we're gonna see what this AI program is going to say about that. What is the difference between Jeet Kune Do and Jeet Kune Do concepts? So there's a mistake. And now let's see live what he's gonna say. Watch. Okay, let's let him write, and then we're gonna read that. Okay, so I'm gonna hide this until he's finished. We're gonna ask a bunch of questions here, trust me. Okay, so there you go, he's finished. So I asked, what is the difference between Jeet Kune Do and Jeet Kune Do concepts? And this open artificial intelligence program, AI, well, this program functions like this. It has, I don't know, like read most of the internet, and it has all the information saved and can give you answer to everything. And it works very well, not 100%, but it works very well. So let's see. Okay, so he said, Jeet Kune Do, also known as JKD, is a hybrid martial art and fighting system created by Bruce Lee in the late 60s. Original Jeet Kune Do refers to the specific training and techniques developed and taught by Bruce Lee himself, while Jeet Kune Do concept refers to principles and philosophies of Jeet Kune Do that have been adapted, expanded upon by his students and other practitioners. I must say, this stuff is pretty accurate. Original Jeet Kune Do is more specific and defined system, while Jeet Kune Do concept is broader, more adaptable approach to martial arts and personal development. Okay? So, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but... Okay? So, the Jeet Kune Do concepts is more adaptable approach to martial arts and personal development. Development is what Jeet Kune Do concepts people would say about Jeet Kune Do in general. But even this AI knows that there is a difference. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, so next question. Do you have any ideas, guys? Let's ask this guy, this Cyberdyne Systems, a question. While you think about that, I'm gonna ask something. What should I ask? Is Black Rhino a real hypocrite? I don't think that he's going to know him. Okay. He's gonna refer the animals. I am an AI, don't have capability to make judgment about people. Black rhinos are real animals, or he's a real animal, that are currently endangered, and there are many organizations and individuals working to protect and conserve them. It's important to remember that every person or organization has different perspectives, beliefs, and goals, and it's not for me to determine whether someone is hypo or not. Okay, very political sentence. Okay, nice. Why is water wet? Why is water wet? Water is wet because of its molecular structure. A liquid is wet because it has ability to adhere to surfaces and create the thin film. Water is composed of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, H2O. These molecules are attracted to each other and have a certain amount of surface tension, which allows them to stick together and create a liquid. When we touch water, our fingers come into contact with these H2O molecules, and they stick to our skin, creating the sensation of wetness. There you go. Howard is covered. Howard is covered. I mean, he digged his hole himself, right? Bruce was a badass when it really came down. Damn, what an answer! I tell you, I mean, you can go there, okay, here. And you have to log in with your either Microsoft or Google account, and then you type in your phone, and so every time you go there, they send you a message with 6 numbers, and then you just type it in and you can use it. So you can. The thing is, when you're a student and you have to work on a project on something, to write something, you can use this. And Marcus told us yesterday that there are already universities that they are changing their approach to how students make their homework because of this AI. So, how did Bruce Lee die? Let's go with this. Amazing, look how fast. So Bruce Lee died on July 20th, 1973 at the age of 32. The official cause of death was determined to be a brain edema, cerebral edema, a condition in which there is an abnormal accumulation of fluid in the brain. The exact cause of the edema is not known, which they did kind of find out, probably now. But it's believed to have been caused by a reaction to prescription painkiller that Lee had taken for a headache. Some theories have also suggested that his death may have been caused by hereditary condition of an allergic reaction. However, these theories are not supported by medical evidence. You see, amazing. So, it gives you two theories that are known, but he also says there's no real evidence. It's amazing. It's really good. Really good. No, that's apparently not the cocaine was not the cause, because there were some medical guys that they said he may have drunk too much water, and there were some proof on this and some cortisone stuff as well. Yeah, I'm not sure really about that. There was a recent. What is a Jeet Kune Do sidekick? Is a Jeet Kune Do sidekick? Okay, so I didn't spell Jeet Kune Do right. So in Jeet Kune Do, the sidekick is one of the making techniques used. It is executed by pivoting the back foot while the front foot is extended to strike the target with the heel or sole on the foot. What the hell? The sidekick is usually delivered to the ribs, stomach, or thigh area of the opponent. It's a powerful technique that can cause significant damage. The sidekick in Jeet Kune Do is delivered quickly with minimal telegraphing or wind up, making it an effective surprising attack. It can be used to attack an opponent from the side when they are not expecting it, and also can be used to maintain distance and keep the opponent at bay. I mean, you can learn Jeet Kune Do from this guy far more and better and more accurate than from Rhino. Believe me that. Isn't that amazing? Now we're gonna ask him about the straight lead. What he has to say about the straight lead. I don't think this program can see in the future. Hey, program, please tell me the next numbers in the lottery. So, what is the straight lead of Jeet Kune Do? The straight lead is a punch that is used in Jeet Kune Do. It's one of the most basic and fundamental techniques in the system. Hey guys, I mean, I don't have to teach anymore. The straight lead is a straight punch that is delivered with the lead hand, typically the left hand for a right-handed person. Oh, that's wrong. Okay, one mistake. It's not perfect. Maybe that's a concept slipped in. The punch is delivered by extending the arm forward, keeping the elbow close to the body. Is true. Both is true. And the fist rotated so that the knuckles are facing the target. Okay, what that even means. The punch is delivered with a snap of the hips to generate maximum power. Also true. The straight lead in Jeet Kune Do is characterized by its speed, simplicity, and directness. Everything is true. It means to be delivered quickly and with minimal telegraphing. It's a powerful punch that can be used for both offense and defense. Also true. And it's meant to be used as the first line of attack to create an opening for other techniques. Not really true, but can be true. The straight lead is often used in combination with other techniques, such as footwork, which footwork is not a technique, okay. Head movement and other punches, it's true, to create a fluid and unpredictable attack. I mean, you have to correct a little bit of this, and then you have it completely. Amazing, right? So it's getting a little bit too warm here. So guys, from this from this thing, you can probably learn 80% of true Jeet Kune Do. So, what's the next question? AI got an ego. The coronavirus really made man or natural. Okay, let's go. Where does COVID-19 come from? So this stream is going to be demonetized now. Where does COVID-19 come from? Where did my English, where did COVID-19 come from? So, okay, let's go. Let's go. The exact origins of C19, the disease caused by the novel coronavirus, are still being investigated. However, it is believed that it to have originated in bats and then transmitted to humans, possibly through an intermediate animal host. The first cases of C19 were identified in Wuhan, China in December 2019. The initial cluster of causes were linked to a seafood market in the city, which also sold live animals. Subsequent investigations have suggested that the virus may have been circulating in bats for some time before jumping to humans. It's also important to note that the World Health Organization has stated that the origins of the virus are complex and multifactorial, and it's not possible to identify a single source or event that led to the outbreak. Scientists are still researching and studying the virus to understand the origin and how it spread to the human population. So, nothing new, right? What makes up cheat condo? Well, I mean, what is cheat condo? What makes up cheat condo is probably the same. Are cheat condo? Oh, okay. Let's see. What is cheat condo finger jab? What is the Jeet Kune Do finger jab? What is the Jeet Kune Do finger jab? Let's see. What does the artificial intelligence say compared to our guys from some other lines? Right? So the finger jab is a striking technique used in JKD. It's a quick and precise strike that is delivered with the fingertips of the lead hand. Typically left hand for the right-handed person. Wrong, but lead hand. It's not always the lead hand. The finger jab is fast, straight strike that is delivered with the index and middle fingers. I mean, yes and no. The knuckle of these fingers are used to strike the target. Knuckle of the finger, okay. The finger jab can be used to strike sensitive areas such as eyes, throat, and solar plexus. True. Except solar plexus. It's a technique that can be used to disrupt the opponent's balance and create opening for other techniques. So this is typical concepts idea. I mean, if you eye jab somebody in the eyes, there's okay. Technically, there's opening everywhere. Then, it's a typically used in combination with other techniques such as footwork, head movement, and other strikes to create fluid, unpredictable attacks. That's basically the same what it said about the straight lead. It's important to note that the finger jab technique is less powerful than a punch, but it's a quick and effective tool to use in close range combat when the opponent is too close to perform the traditional punch. This is wrong. Of course, it's not as strong as a punch, but it's not used when you're too close to use a traditional punch. I mean, when you're too close, you can still use eye jab, but you can use hooks. You can use different punches for this close range. Okay, it's not perfect, like I said. 80% is okay. Are we in the Matrix? It's a man-made bioweapon. Resident Evil without the zombies. Call it C1984. Yeah, be careful, YouTube censorship. Yeah, I mean, when you mention this flu, you get probably demonetized. I don't know if it's still this way, but at the time where there was a lot of disinformation about this, YouTube was really strict. Once mentioning it, okay, they just demonetized the video. I can, though, after uploading the stream, I can cut this part out. Okay, so yeah. So shady characters. What other shady characters do we have? I mean, the Izo, Wing Chun Izo, this guy's turned out really to be a totally weird guy. He was even interviewed by Cenk Uygur from Young Turks, which was amazing. And the theories he had, you know, like Dems eat babies and stuff like this from QAnon. I mean, oh, that's nice. Who is Tommy Carudos? Let's ask him this. Who is Tommy Carudos? There are maybe more. Okay, Tommy Carudos is a martial arts instructor who is known for his expertise in Jeet Kune Do and other combat systems. He is considered one of the leading experts in Jeet Kune Do and has trained extensively with some of the most prominent figures in the martial arts community, including Paul Wonak and Danilo Santo. Okay, this is wrong. Carudos is the founder of Jeet Kune Do Evolution Organization. Oh, okay. Some wrong. But you can use this and replace the names with other people. And the organization, IFO, Jeet Kune Do Intercepting Fist Organization, then you have it right? Which is dedicated to teaching and promoting the principles and techniques of Jeet Kune Do. This is true. He is also the author of several books and instructional DVDs on Jeet Kune Do. Not really true, right? And has been featured on several documentaries and martial arts publications in one documentary. He has been teaching Jeet Kune Do for over 30 years. And has been a dedicated student of the art since he was a teenager. This is true. He is well respected in the martial arts community and continues to teach and promote Jeet Kune Do around the world. This is also true. But as you are respected, you're also disrespected. Okay? So, but of course, so this one is wrong. Right, Paul Wonak and El Santo. So you would typically put in here Jesse Glover and Ted Wong, and Howard Williams, maybe even Taki Kimura. You could also say Leo Fong, because these are all the people he worked with, less or more, with one less, with other more. And then here, Jeet Kune Do Intercepting Fist Organization. And everything else is basically true, a part of the DVDs. So DVDs you replace with online lessons. And he has several booklets, okay, not books, but booklets. And so a few corrections and you have it right, okay? And let's see how known I am, because there are a lot of Thomas Marks. I'm sorry, I couldn't find person Thomas Marks is well known in the field of... I couldn't find a person named Thomas Marks that is well known in the field of martial arts of Jeet Kune Do. Can you please provide more contact information about this person? How does he know that I'm asking about Jeet Kune Do? I just asked who is Thomas Marks. I apologize. So you see, I'm unknown. I'm still unknown. I'm still unknown. My channel is too small. My website is too small, and I'm not being attacked enough. So, so some other ideas. Ask: does BHT inactivate and development viruses? Okay, let's go. BHT, also known as butylate hydroxy, is an antioxidant that is commonly used as a food preservative. It has been studied for its potential antiviral properties, and it has been found that it can inhibit the replication of some enveloped viruses in laboratory studies. Enveloped viruses are a type of viruses that have a lipid envelope, a membrane that surrounds the viral genome. So it's important to note that BHT has not been proven to be effective against all enveloped viruses, and its effectiveness as a virucide against C19, the virus that causes C19, right, is still being studied. Okay, so who is Horror Del Bland? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh, now, I think every time we mention his name, he just gets an orgasm. I couldn't find any more information, yeah. You look. Amazing. Still talks about Jeet Kune Do. Who are you? I'm a language model AI called ChatGPT, developed by OpenAI. I'm designed to assist users with a wide range of tasks, such as answering questions, providing info, and generating text. My training data includes a wide variety of text. So, write. Warte mal. Wait. Just a second. Okay. Write an essay about Jeet Kune Do. There you go. Let's see how much does it write. Let's see how much does it write. Ah, it writes more. Yeah. Oh, he's finished. Oh no, he's not finished. Okay, so Jeet Kune Do, also known as JKD, is a martial art developed by Bruce Lee in the 1960s. It is considered to be hybrid martial arts, as it incorporates elements from various other styles as Wing Chun, boxing, and fencing. JKD is characterized by its focus on simplicity, directness, and efficiency, and its emphasis to use one's own natural body movements and instincts. One of the key principles of Jeet Kune Do is a non-classical martial art, meaning it does not adhere to any fixed forms or techniques. Instead, forms probably, yeah. Instead, Jeet Kune Do practitioners are encouraged to develop their own style. Oh my god. And to adapt to the situation at hand. Okay, so their own style, right? So that's the typical concepts idea. This is known as a style of no style. The idea behind this principle is that by not being bound to any particular form or technique, practitioners are able to respond more effectively to different situations and opponents. How can you respond to effectively to any situation? By using the most efficient and effective tactics, okay? Another important principle is use economy of motion. This principle emphasizes the importance of using the least amount of effort to achieve the greatest effect. Well, finger jab is a clear example of that. So the Jeet Kune Do practitioners are encouraged to use their body in the most efficient way possible. So you see, this one contradicts actually this one. most possible, because there's only so many most efficient possible ways, right? In order to conserve energy and be able to respond more quickly and efficiently to an opponent's movements. Another important principle of Jeet Kune Do, okay, so in terms of technique, Jeet Kune Do incorporates a wide variety of stride, kicks, and grappling techniques, as well as the use of weapons such as nunchaku. Okay, my AI, you have to learn. You have learned a lot. How would Yoda say that? To learn a lot, you have still. JKD also places a strong emphasis on footwork and body positioning, as well as the use of the center line, imaginary line running down the middle of the body, which is considered to be the most vulnerable area for opponent attack. Now, this is more Wing Chun, okay? So Jeet Kune Do also places a strong emphasis on the development of the individual, both physically and mentally. Bruce Lee believed that the ultimate goal was ultimate fighting. Of Jeet Kune Do was self-expression, and that it was a means for individuals to develop their full potential and become the best version of themselves. This is like so, you know, wishy-washy. Despite the fact that Bruce passed away in 1973, Jeet Kune Do has continued to grow in popularity, not really. And it's now practiced by thousands of people around the world, and most of them don't do really Jeet Kune Do. Some of Lee's most famous students like Daniel Sant and Ted Wong have continued to teach and promote Jeet Kune Do. One yes, the other no, and it's now considered to be one of the most influential martial arts of the 20th century. Yeah, Ted Wong has had his issues as well, right, with sport-oriented Jeet Kune Do. In conclusion, Jeet Kune Do is a martial art that was developed by Bruce Lee in the 60s. It is characterized by its focus on simplicity, directness, and efficiency. Now we are talking. It is a non-classical martial art that doesn't adhere to any fixed form or technique. It repeats itself. It encourages the practitioner to develop their own style. Also repetition now. Jeet Kune Do plays a strong side. Okay. And it's now considered to be one of the most influential martial arts in the 20th century. Except it's so misunderstood. How fast was Bruce Lee? Can AI become self-aware? At some point, probably. But I guess, you know, like the AI technology or AI processors or whatever you have in the computer would have to be at least complex as our brains to achieve that. I guess. Who's Yip Man? We know who Yip Man is. AI robots in Japan killed 70 scientists in Japan while being dismantled. The last robot connected to a satellite on how the best way to kill humans. Is that true? Where did you read that? How fast was Bruce Lee? This AI has only informations that he had read in the internet. Bruce Lee was considered to be extremely fast and agile, both in his movements and in his striking. He was known for his lightning-fast punches, which he could deliver in rapid succession. He was also known for his speed and agility in his kicks, which he could deliver with power and precision. In terms of specific numbers, it's difficult to exactly say how fast he was, as there are no recorded measurements of his speed. However, many people who trained with him or saw his performance or saw him perform during have described his movements as being incredibly fast and fluid. Bruce Lee himself stated that he believed that speed was not just about physical ability, but also about one's state of mind and ability to react quickly in a given situation. So to explain this a little bit, so it's not just like being fast, it's also seeing fast. Okay, that's probably more important. In addition to his speed, Bruce was also known for his explosive power and his ability to generate force quickly. That's true. So this made his strikes and kicks even more powerful and effective. You know, because in Jeet Kune Do you don't exaggerate your techniques or your punches and your kicks. They come from there where the hand is. You don't pull back and punch. So you have to learn how to generate the power on that short acceleration scale, okay? And that's how you have to use the whole body to achieve that, and also train explosiveness, okay? So to become fast in a relative short acceleration period. And that's what he did. And most of people don't have that, or even pros, okay? So this made his he trained extensively to develop his physical abilities, and he also worked on his mental and emotional state in order to improve his overall performance. In summary, he was considered to be extremely fast and agile. Yeah, good. In summary, it's the same. It's the same. This is the same as here. So the summary is the summary. Yeah. I just asked, write an essay for using Jeet Kune Do for self-defense. Why do people believe Bruce Lee was just an actor? I mean, excellent. Because, you know, they have to find excuses to why a guy like him, who was actually an actor, is as fast as he was. And they don't look as fast as he, but they wish. On the redacted channel, it's uncensored news about everything apart from certain medical procedure. Yeah. Ranzes Lara, hi. Who is that? Who is that? Wait a second, guys. Or somebody else. I thought that may be a channel for my daughter, but it's not. But it is not. Even a hook punch only needs 4 or 5 inches for a knockout. Yeah, a hook punch doesn't need a lot, especially because you land here, okay? So you can accelerate with a hook punch very fast. You turn the body and the hand follows like spring, and you punch him here, you accelerate. I mean, take your head and just go like this, so you can feel this turn in your brain even by doing this, because the acceleration even there is, you know, it makes you a little bit dizzy if you do this. Okay, you just press and then release the head, and you're gonna feel this motion. And now imagine a hook punch does that, okay? Or even straight lead here. So same like here or here. Okay, I'll go to the temple. So you can when you hit right spot, you can knock out a person with a punch that's actually not considered as very strong, right? Because when you watch knockout punches in karate or even boxing, often the fist just goes like this, and you think, well, that wasn't even a hit, but the guy goes knockout because it's like this. Well, look, well, it makes me dizzy doing this just 5 times. So there's a record of his speed because Jesse Glover timed his reaction time. There's a difference between the reaction time and actually measuring the speed of his hand. Okay, so that's different. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything special you want to talk about? So, Shady characters. Do we have another shady characters in this scene? Okay. So anytime people, you know, make a new accounts, you know, okay, that's not right. Account that is just a few, even a year old or 2 years old or 1 month, 1 day. It's just okay. All alerts are going off. So watch this guy. He's gonna make trouble. And like I said, I mean, what's the purpose going on? So the funny thing is when I post shorts with finger jabs or groin kicks, these are the videos that one, they have the most clicks over all social media, right? TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. But these kinds of videos, I mean, when you show attacking eyes or you show kicking groin, these kinds of videos attract also the most hate comments, because people just don't want to accept that when they would get attacked like this, that's actually vulnerable for them. So they say, well, that wouldn't work against a pro. I mean, okay, what if other pro does that? It wouldn't work against a pro. What does it mean it wouldn't work against a pro? Are you learning self-defense to defend yourself against a pro? What I ask you a different question. What would work against a pro? What is that you can pull off against a pro? Is it the jab cross hook? Is it the double leg takedown? Or would you have or is your biggest chance actually a eye jab? Okay. So, I mean, if you're halfway intelligent and think about this stuff, then I think you can find the answer yourself. So, unless you have the time to train as a pro, okay, and go to the same level and fight him with his weapons. I mean, you have. I can just tell it so many times. You have always to compare two guys that have trained a similar amount of time and that have similar talent. If you take me, for example, somebody who has trained a lot, sometimes even on professional level, when you consider the time of training, like 5-6 days a week. Yeah, and then you have to take another MMA guy who had similar amount of training and compare and talent as well. It would be the best if I had a twin and he did as much MMA as I do as I did Jeet Kune Do. Then you could compare this scientifically, which style is better. But it's always the people wants these amateurs from some martial arts to fight pros, and then they prove that the martial art that the pro is doing is better, which is absolutely nonsense. This is like you take a Leo 2 tank, and you have a tank, and you put a guy who just trained like two days in the tank, and then you take a tank from previous generation, but there's a full there's a soldier inside that can operate this tank to the full extension. Who is going to win? Even the Leo 2 is the better tank. He's still going to use, because the guy who is inside, he doesn't have as much practice. So you can't take a guy who trains 1 or 2 times a week Jeet Kune Do and say he should fight an MMA pro. It's nonsense. So there you see the weakness of the intelligence of the guys who are suggesting things like that. Yeah. I don't care. Same as with Wing Chun. If you don't like Wing Chun, but you can say that this guy should fight a pro. Okay. So you should fight the amateur guy who did MMA the same amount of time, and then you can compare. But then both can't actually use both styles. Then you can't compare the styles anyway. Because guys who come to my school, okay, or my students, they maybe train once a week, or maybe even twice a week, or once a week. you can compare them to a guy who trains 7 days a week, no matter what style. Okay. Except he has astounding talent or something. Okay. So Sanateria 8, he said, finger jab alone doesn't do it. Well, if it lands, it does. Okay, so of course, if I eye jab you, I need just one. You're finished. You go to bed, you cry. You want a glass of milk. So, okay. So just like a hook can take you out, one single hook. Alone, if I punch your face with a hook, you can believe me, you're finished. There's nothing you can do. So, okay. But you have to compare. You have to compare always people who have similar amount of training, yeah. But there's no pros in Jeet Kune Do, okay? Because on and the most Jeet Kune Do people don't even train Jeet Kune Do, they train just MMA. So that's how you can compare Jeet Kune Do to Jeet Kune Do with people who actually train MMA. MMA is mixed martial arts, literally mixed martial arts. They just train different martial arts at different times of the week. Even changing rules in sport combat makes a huge difference. Well, if you would, let's say in MMA, you would invent attacking eyes. It would take some time until the fighters learn to use this to their advantage. Okay, so then eventually they're gonna figure out why would I try to grapple a guy? I would just stick finger to his eyes, and now I'm gonna just pull up a video. Just pull up a video. So, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the sound, and then I'm gonna do this because, you know, the copyright strikes, anything MMA related gets copyright strike. I mean, not copyright strike, but your video gets demonetized. That's why we're gonna do it like this. And now I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the filter. And I'm gonna make it partially. Oh no, that's me. Not me. Not the webcam. This one. Okay. So, no, it's still me. Oh, there you go. So, can I... Okay, so is there a filter? Okay, I have to put the filter in, no problem. So I'm gonna put the filter in. Okay. So, and now we're gonna do it like this. So you see, so that you see just a little bit. Okay, so you don't see everything, you see a little bit. Okay. So let's see how this works. So we wanna. So, and we go into the fight. Okay, so wait, you can still see too much. You can still see too much. There you go. Okay, so I think that should do it. Okay, so now when you watch these guys, okay, so you watch them now, right? So they come in, they jump in. So now you see, did you see this connection of the hands? So this one, wait. There you go. So this one. So here you could actually already use a finger jab. You just step in. You just step in with the foot. They are actually, well, the distance is pretty okay. Okay. You could step in. He could pivot and go with the eye jab around his hand. Okay. If you want to, he could do this all the time. And this kick is terrible. Yeah. This punch was also not, and they are so open. How they are so open? Why they are standing like this? Why they don't stand like this? So he gets punched between his cover all the time. You see these punches, these kill punches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what are these punches? Slow punches, no snapping power. It's really not fast, okay? So, there you go. Okay, again. So, these are very much like pushing punches, okay? So, and what I want to say is when we go there. So we go there, okay? You see them go down. So and now, the guy who is on the top could easily go to the eyes, easily. He could look this hand here could go to the eyes here, okay? So here easily, his both hands are free on the ground. He could actually go here, go to the eyes with the thumbs or with the index fingers. Okay, could easily go to the eyes. So, okay, and instead he tries to punch. Why? Because he is not allowed to go to the eyes. Okay, so punch. So now the guy on the top could also go. Guy on the ground could also go to the eyes as well. It's so easy. So both of them. Now look, his hand is even inside here. So like this, he could go to the eyes. So now here, this hand is literally on his face. He could go to the eyes. And the hand of the guy here is also here behind the neck. And he could hold his neck here and go with the left hand into his eyes. Okay. So, and instead what they're doing, they're losing so much energy trying to get out of this grabbing. Because this is the rules. The rules are made for grappling, right? So in this case, if you really would teach them to go to the eyes and it would be allowed, what would happen eventually? No effing body would go and grapple there. Nobody would grapple because they would know as soon as they get close, they get eye jabbed one way or another way. Okay, so and that's what you should do when a grappler comes. You should resist and go to his eyes. Or you want to grapple the guy. Okay? So, now look at this stupidity. This is absolute stupidity, man. What is this? They could go both to the eyes at any second here. Okay? But instead they try these complicated grappling techniques that are so exhausting. You need so much muscle power and everything. Okay? Easily here again. So they are literally at each other. They could just poke the eyes out, and it would be finished. This fight would be finished like a minute ago. Okay. So and anybody who watches that said you cannot eject this guy because he's a pro. Oh, because why shouldn't the guy who lays on the top can't eye jab the other guy, and vice versa? Why? So easy. It's easy as I say it. So easy is it, and that's why you would see no grappling. Grappling would just disappear. It would just disappear out of UFC. It would just go away. And suddenly it would say, well, grappling is not effective enough against attacking eyes, because when done, then the pros would attack eyes. Royce Gracie loses all the money. But people are so brainwashed because in the 90s the grappling in the 90s the how you say it, the income of grappling was literally brainwashing of the martial arts community. And that's why Tommy said when he saw all these grappling fights in the UFCs, the early UFCs, he said that is a step backwards in the martial arts. They just did step backwards. And you remember in the last stream where Bruce Lee said on the phone to James Lee, or to whom he said he was laughing about the guys. He said they're training like kind of kickboxing and they're training grappling on the ground. They grapple on the ground in their fights, and he was laughing about that because for the same reason, right? Okay. So again, what message did disappear, Axel? So again, both of them could go now to the eyes easily. Now, At any moment, any single moment. Instead, is this effective? So tell me, is this effective? Is MMA effective? How effective is this? It takes you effing 5 minutes to win the fight. Do you want to really train? You want to train this for street fighting? This is worst, man. I would rather even prefer Wing Chun for street than this. But because, look, what is that? This is what you call sport. It is sport. It is sport. Okay, so you could go in street. You would never do this shit. You know, while you're doing this, you get kicked and punched by some other people. But even if you're alone, look how much does it. You would just press the thumb in the eye, stand up, and draw away or go away or whatever. Why would you waste your time with this so much? So, oh, but these guys are pros. They train hard and they are tough. There's no question about it. But what they are not. They are certainly not efficient. That's what they are not. You can be effective with a sledgehammer, but you're not efficient with a sledgehammer. You're efficient with a scalpel. Okay, that's where your efficiency comes from. So here again, you could attack eyes all day long. All day long. Could attack eyes all day long. Instead, they try to, it's the top guard, top mountain, side guard, and triangle and stuff like this. And it takes how many? 3.5 minutes. Okay? You want to do this 3.5 minutes in the street? Okay? So, and I really don't understand why we get attacked when we point this out, because this is a pure logic. Okay? This is just logic. That's why we say it's for sport. And UFC is not ultimate. Ultimate it would be if everything is allowed. And then they come, well, in Vale Tudo everything was allowed. No, eye jabs weren't allowed in Vale Tudo. And even if they were for a short period of time, nobody did that because they didn't even came to idea how to apply this, because you could apply. Look, he's pressing his elbow on his face instead of his eyes. Why? Because he is not allowed to. And pressing the fingers into his eyes would end the fight, and he would win. But if the attacking eyes would be allowed, they wouldn't roll around. They wouldn't roll around. They would avoid this at any moment. So I'm asking you, you're watching this and you're an MMA fan, and you're saying, "Wow, this guy's talking is unbelievable." So it's for your good. If you defend yourself and you attack the eyes and you can walk away, doesn't matter how big this guy is. This is your advantage. Use this to your advantage. It's your body, it's your fingers, it's his eyes. Why stick to a system? And this is exactly what Bruce said. Jeet Kune Do is not a system, and these guys all stick to the system. And even they say they train Jeet Kune Do, they still stick to the system. Okay, yeah, unbelievable, ignorance of obvious facts. And now I'm gonna turn this off just in case it still slips into YouTube copyright stuff. So okay, so let's put this way, the filter back to the 100%. There you go. Okay. So it doesn't make any sense. So it doesn't matter how you train or how much you train, once a week, twice a week. But you can, when you train, it's on your own to aim on the most efficient techniques and stuff. Okay. Because as you have seen, this fight could have been finished within 10 seconds. But instead, because of these grappling rules, or these rules in the UFC, this fight is extended to multiple minutes. Okay, because they cannot end each other, because the rules protect the fighters. For a reason, right? You want to protect the fighters, you don't want to end the fighters' careers within one fight, and then the whole nobody's going to fight there. Nobody's going to fight there. Imagine you go in some country with no laws against that and so, and then you do the fights, underground fights, where you can use everything. You go there and you eye jab the guy, and you can even kill him with the eye jab, man. You can eye jab through the brain. And then you bring a UFC profi there and a pro there, and you say, well, do you want to fight there? And then he sees one of these fights, how the guys are pressing their eyes out. What's he gonna say? He's gonna say, no, I'm not gonna do this. So that's why in Jeet Kune Do, it's the emphasis is in more in footwork, being able to move, not getting hit, using rhythm and breaking the rhythm, and using timing. Okay, like a fencer, not getting hit. As soon as the range closes, you hit or you attack the eyes. Okay, with no losing time. Okay, you don't grab the guy or so. You go to the eyes instead. He grabs you, you go to the eyes. You're close enough, you go to the eyes. You're further away, you kick, you punch, you eye jab. Okay, and that's where you should get good at. That's where the emphasis in Jeet Kune Do is. Exactly, because there are no rules. There are no rules. And because you don't want to get eye jabbed, you have to have super footwork here. You know, like super good footwork. Okay. Wonder if the AI knows who Emil Matur. Okay, he is longer on YouTube. Let's see. No, doesn't find him. I couldn't find specific information about individual names. Okay, who is considered notable in any field. Okay, so doesn't find him. I just want to check if I wrote his name right. Yeah, I did. So Gracies are smart business people. Yeah, they apparently they also UFC 1 was fixed. So Ken Shamrock was talking about that, and that the fighters were like chosen or something. I'm not sure. Of course, they made a lot of money with a martial art that works heavily under rules, or against people that are not able to use no rule situation to their advantage. Okay, so that's why I mean a real Jeet Kune Do is really hard to beat, because as soon as you get close, you get eye jabbed. That's how it should be. But in the distance, you get out punched and out kicked, because the Jeet Kune Do guy should have actually superior footwork and rhythm and timing and everything. Okay, that's how you see. Here, I'm gonna show you. F it. I'm gonna show you. Let's go there. So is it that? No, that's not that. Is he may took that video offline. Oh, there you go. So, okay. So that's why you see these guys who just stand flat. He's basically standing flat in front of the punching bag, and he's kicking. There's no footwork, there's nothing, okay? And his kicks and his punches are wide. There's no non-telegraphic motion, and he just stands in front, and just because he doesn't know any footwork, he doesn't know how to strike from distance, he doesn't know how to strike from movement, because all he was training all the years is just standing flat on his feet and flat on the hands, and you know. So, and when you get up against a guy who can actually move and holds the distance and attacks while shortening the distance, okay, and angling off at the same time, for example, you're massively in a disadvantage, because the only time you can strike is actually when you're in the distance, and that's a problem for when you train like this, okay? So there you go. That's how it is. I'm really I really want to see if YouTube recognized this MMA video that I show as an actual video, despite showing it like a see-through video. Jeet Kune is more similar to rapier. Well, I mean fencing, right? Imagine fencing. Look at the fencing footwork, right? So how the guys come and how they attack, and they try to hit faster than the opponent, and then make a point, right? So which would be a kill. So sword fighting evolved from big broadswords to foil, epi, etc. MMA is still using broadsword. MMA, you know what? MMA is using sledgehammers. That's what they're using. Wide movements, punching always these wide punches, like untrained people punches. No short hooks punches, short punching where they come from the short angles, small angles, instead always like over mobilizing the body in the punch. They have this idea that training MMA is somehow going to be just as useful in the street. And I have heard of more than a few MMA people that have been put into the hospital because they're just untrained, and probably in the amateur area more than the pros, you know. MMA is using what is that? Legs for that rule of environment or situation. So I don't think the AI know who Axel Stone is. Maybe Axel Rose, right? Hey Thomas, can you check out Dan the Wolf Man Straight Blast? Him and Vitor Belfort are the only ones I've seen use this straight blast effectively. Dan the Wolf Man. Okay, let's see. Dan the Wolf Man. Are you kidding me? Is this what you're referring to? Okay. My browser is hanging. We have to wait. There you go. This is effective straight blast. This is the same straight blast like every. Okay. No. Right? No. No. Arm punches. Just want to know your thoughts on it. Okay, so you heard it. Dan isn't fan of Bruce. He's just another MMA guy, not a Dan. Which Dan? The Eno Dan? Ah, here, Dan the Wolf, man. Okay. Not a fan. Well, look who it is. That's not Jun Fan. Arm punches. Reno likes the Chinese terminology. Yeah. I was criticized by a guy how I don't know the Chinese words of the techniques. Because, you know, the Bruce always talked not the sidekick, but the jig deck. Who cares? Do I care? How the techniques, the name of the technique is in some language that I don't even know. It's important that I know the technique's name in the language that I teach. Okay? That's the important thing. So Santera has deleted his message. Most boxers components look good at training because of that fake pad work. Yes, that's true. Yeah, right. So hi, son. They look good and punching and the pad guy does more hand movement than the guy that actually does the punching. And then when they have to punch guys, the head doesn't come forward like the pads. That's the problem. So because the pad work doesn't represent the reality, the pad work should also always represent the reality, also the right distance to the opponent, right? If your pad comes across your hand, towards your hand, then that's not the right distance to your opponent, because the pad coach should stay at the same distance your opponent would stay when you punch, and the pad should roughly be there where the opponent's face would be. Okay, basic common sense. Okay, but that flashing pads is some modern thing that was developed by Mayweather's father, right? And people just took that because it looks so great in the training. Do you want to look great in the training, or do you want to actually win your fights? That's the question. And then you see people punching halfway and stopping here instead of going full way. They stop just here because, you know, pad, you go full way. Let's go like this. So the pad is here, you go full way. You have a full punch extension. If pad is coming towards you, you punch like this. And look, sometimes they punch like Wing Chun with bent arms. Boxers, where you ask yourself, what happened to boxing? He likes to use fancy words to make himself sound more professional. Of course, that's what they all do. And this guy from Switzerland, he criticized me. Oh, you don't even know the Chinese words. Yeah, use your Chinese words. There's one where he is in the ring. Okay. But I would never use it, lol. So, Robert says, Shia Lee, a crude Irish club. Okay. Gio Sunny, hi Gio. Joe Jones is considered the best MMA fighter by many. And he is a great fan of Bruce Lee. He also wear a Jeet Kune Do t-shirt. Okay. I know Joe Jones, but I'm not really impressed, tell you the truth. It's really hard to impress me. Trust me. Sometimes I look at my student and I say, whoa, that was a good movement. Do it always like that. Axel Stone, it will know who Axel Stone is. Okay. Who is Axel Stone? That looks horrendous, yes. Got to ask whether some of these guys have been in real fights. I mean, you can be in a real fight and do this, and if the other person actually doesn't defend themselves, you can still punch him, okay? But how does this work for real? That's all. I mean, if somebody's really... if you defend yourself, if you're being attacked, and when you are being attacked, you're actually always in disadvantage because you have to react. Then you could see, like... No, I'm not impressed with Joe Jones. Really not impressed with his movements. No, I'm not. I don't. His kicks or his punches. I'm not impressed with that. No, there's no MMA fighter who really impresses me. Okay, with their techniques, and they always, you know, compared to their competition. Okay, and I don't even watch MMA for that reason. Never watched MMA. I'm not an MMA fan as well. So, the blast is junk. What are your thoughts on this? On what? Pretty sure it's Ted One lineage. Don't ask me about other cheat code instructors. Like I said, I'm not getting impressed very fast or very quickly. Okay. So for example, let's watch something of Joe Jones, okay? But then I have again to make this window just half through. With no age. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go here. Look here. Is it too much? Let's see. What is it? It's like 10 years ago. Can you see something? So okay, you can see. Maybe you can see even too much. So okay, what is impressed with this? There's no footwork. There's flat-footed on both foots. So far, not really impressed. Okay. The other guy is actually moving more. So is it Joe Jones? Yes, it is. This punch was crap. His counter punch was really bad. That's why it wasn't. It was very bad timed. So what's gonna happen? I can just tell you now what's gonna happen. The other guy is going to get tired, and then he's going to punch him. And the other guy lets his guard down. He doesn't really punch and kick as well. And then I'm gonna show you something else that's far better in kicking and punching than these two guys. Okay? Remember, you're always as good as your opponent is bad. Man, that's why I don't watch MMA, okay? That's why I don't watch MMA. This already takes 20 minutes. This already takes 20 minutes. Okay, so let's go for something different. So let's see if we see something here. Look, that was a punch, okay? Let's go. Boom. Boom. Look, did you see this counter? That was beautiful counter. Very well timed, okay? He's small though, so he's small. He's even smaller than he was smaller than Bruce. Look, these are kicks and punches. These guys are far more capable than the MMA guys. Ooh, that was a nice one. Okay. So, let's go watch further. Oh, he was small though. I think he was smaller than Bruce. Like 2 inches smaller or something. Yeah. Closing in and punching. Okay. So. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you understand what I mean. Hope you understand what I mean. So. Right? So I don't watch. I never watched MMA. I have watched, you know, some few fights, supposedly high caliber fights. You know, like Conor McGregor or against that guy or this guy. I was never impressed by MMA, but never by no sloppy kicks, sloppy punches. Too much focus on the ground fighting. And the reason why they have sloppy kicks and punches is because they spend too little time to train this. Number one. Number two, I don't know who teaches them that. You see, like Ronda Rousey, she had this trainer. He was teaching her striking. It was crap as hell. Only thing she could actually do was judo. And at the time she could not play judo, he lost, okay? Because she couldn't actually kick and punch. Couldn't. And that what she could was sloppy. And that is what you see with most of MMA guys. The punches, the kicks are mediocre. No really footwork and no really timing and everything, okay? Because they probably spend more than a half of their training on ground fighting. Not sure if Benny saw Bruce in 1967 on the Bruce Long Beach event. I don't know. Conor McGregor, his structure is sideways, but he's standing too long. His stance is too wide. Okay, and then his arm is like too wide forward. You can't really. Here, sorry, but these punches and these kicks. Okay. What can I say? I don't watch MMA for a reason. Yeah, and so the people nowadays, you know, they are like brainwashed. All this low quality, they see that and they think that's the highest level of fighting. But all these guys, they have too much emphasis on ground fighting. That's why their strikes are bad, and even modern boxing is getting worse. You know, I guess, like the 80s was the time where boxing started to decline. So you should watch. Let's watch this. Okay. Comparison to today's heavyweight boxing. Let's see if we can see that. Oh, there. Oh, man. I used to watch these fights. I used to watch them all the time. So, wait a sec. I used to watch them all the time. So, let's see if you can see something. So Okay. These two boxers, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, they would beat every heavyweight boxer in today's day and age. Everyone. Look how Ali is keeping the distance, right? So sometimes then he goes here and let punch him. He keeps the distance, he punches, he goes with the jab, and then with left, right? And Joe is bobbing and weaving, going in, going out, boom, boom. Look at this, right? And Ali tries to time his punches to the movement of Joe. Okay, so watch these guys. If you rather want to see a good punching, watch these guys. Okay, don't watch the modern MMA guys. Don't watch them. Forget about them. Oh, that was a nice one. Now once you get tired, right? So I think they fought 3 times or 2 times. Ali lost one, Frazier lost one, and the second one, and the third one, Ali lost as well. I think he gave up or something. No, Frazier gave up the last one. Like in the 12th or 13th round, they used to fight 15 rounds. Remember, 15 rounds, 3 minutes. That's like, what is that? 45 minutes. Yeah. So, okay, I rather watch these guys. I used to watch them a lot. I had them on the VHS cassette, you know what it is. Many people nowadays don't even know what it is. Okay. So, let's see what you say, guys. Benny Jet was awesome. Yeah, he was really fast and quick and closing in, attacking, good puncher. Too bad he was just a young kid when he met Bruce. Okay. He did meet Bruce, right? Okay. He was 12. I believe Connor, yeah, he was some Jeet Kune Do structure. Not sure if Benny saw Bruce. Okay, related. These are great observations, thank you. Ali went to head. So guys, I guess it's enough for today. We have almost 10 p.m. here. So I have to go to work tomorrow, right? So I'm not professional martial artist. I have to work like everybody else. And I do this only sideways, okay? You can say as a hobby, because there's no money in this, okay? We teach only few people, and we don't make any money with that, so we have to work. At least I have to work like everybody. And this is my free time I use for this, okay? Thank you very much for being here, right? And let's see when we're gonna stream next time. It's not gonna happen too soon, because, you know, streaming too often, that's not something I have emphasis on. Because it costs a lot of time, and it's Sunday, you know. Usually I spend Sunday and Saturday as well with my family. My wife has sometimes to work at Saturdays, so the Sunday is the only day we have then. And I stream Sundays, so I'm not gonna stream as often, right? Yes. Thanks for watching. See you next time.